feel very fortunate as a company to be part of really a more macro level trend. I think that one of the biggest things we did is we picked the right market. We were believers in the cloud before it was called the cloud, when it was very focused on on-demand and SMB, and we were so passionate about that belief that we basically designed our whole company around that. And I think that commitment to a trend that's turned out to be potentially the biggest trend of business technology in the last 50 years, since technology started, being able to connect all of us, that commitment really aligned our company along a set of values that's let us been successful.
And you have a lot of really great partners. Did that contribute?
Of course. So number one bet was we picked cloud. Number two was we picked people that were equally committed to the cloud. So we first started with Salesforce.com. Salesforce, of course, you can see is a leader and has set that trend, and Mark personally has been such a visionary for the industry. After that, we've seen that Workday, Google Apps, companies that understand the challenges of the enterprise and understand the consumer side, that combination is really what's made them successful and had us so heavily invest in helping companies use those together and helping them really not just use the technology, but use it to transform their business, do things that they couldn't do before.
Now, you guys opened an office in China, in Japan, about a couple years ago, and I know you've announced some more plans for global expansion. Tell me about those, and also, or what you can, and also, what would you say to ISVs who are trying to plan a global, expansion strategy?
So one of my favorite stories about our opening in Japan is that we were really committed to opening in Japan. We did our market homework, we were talking to customers, we were making sure we were engaged, and we got there, the business started, and we said, hey, you know what we forgot to do? And we all looked at each other and said, what did we forget to do? We didn't plan our IT infrastructure because our business was in the cloud. So everything was multi-language, there were no servers to set up. So we were 100% focused on what the business that we were trying to achieve was. So that's the number one lesson, is that we're not just, telling people about the cloud, it's really what's driven growth in our business and allowed us to succeed with it. The second part that's been really important on the international side is that, again, we focused on markets and areas that we were 100% committed to. So Japan's historically been a market that hasn't been very friendly to packaged software, but they've been substantively invested in custom app development. And so what we did is that we really focused on the Force.com and Google App Engine platforms in Japan. And so we got customers like Japan Post, like the country of Japan and their Ministry of Trade and this EcoPoints initiative. So we really were able to align with the market and show them how the cloud impacted the things that they cared about. And that was a huge part of the success in Japan. Now, moving forward, you're right, we were fortunate enough to receive an investment from Salesforce for the second time, and that was really to encourage and push us to move even faster with our international expansion plans. We knew we were going to expand into more parts of Asia and into the UK and the European Union. This is just encouraging us to do that a little faster. So we're really excited. We will be all over Europe very soon with even more exciting news.
Poised for even more growth. That's great.
Definitely.
So just quickly, let's talk customers, right? Because that's why we're here, and that's who it's all about. What are you seeing how are you seeing customers' needs change with innovation, the new innovations, with social, with mobile? I mean, what are they asking you now that maybe they didn't ask you last year?
The one big thing, and I'm not sure they've articulated it to us, but we've kind of started to say, guys, it's no longer about cloud technology. It's about how do you create a cloud-powered business? How do you actually impact your business to be different based on what's there? And that message has really resonated because people are focused on the outcome. And so the social enterprise example is one of being focused on the outcome that cloud allows you to achieve. It's like before fire was invented. I'm sure when fire first came to be, people were fascinated by the fact it was hot and it could do things, but if you envisioned that it could create cities and civilizations, that was the real benefit of it. And that's what we're seeing with the cloud now. And so for customers, it's fantastic for us to be able to see Facebook and NetApp and Nikon and Yahoo, all of our customers leading the way with how to be social and how to use what they're doing in their businesses to really impact their operations as well.
And you mentioned the social revolution, and Mark did this morning. Is that the big trend for the next year?
So there's a couple things. I think that there's some things that are inseparable. The words cloud and social and mobile are inseparable because together they allow you to think about outcomes that you haven't before. So for example, in February, we started a developer community called Cloud Spokes, and it's supposed to be challenge-based. So you enter a challenge, you participate, you compete, you win. We attracted about 20,000 developers, and developers are notoriously both social and antisocial. They want control over what they can work on, but they want to be connected to people. And so it felt that need, and it allowed our enterprise customers to see how they could get innovation out of 20,000 developers in 60 countries through this challenge-based model. And so that's a great example of something that couldn't occur before the cloud, because the reason that can exist is all those developers need is an internet connection and some, good old-fashioned hard work to be successful. And so we've been really successful with that, and it's a great example of how the cloud changes the innovation model. So social and mobile and cloud, yes, they're just words until you apply them to change your business.
Well, thanks, Narinder. Congratulations on the growth, and we look forward to seeing good things from Appirio in the future.
I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.